Diaries.
Hello and welcome to Beauty Diaries. I am Namuri Edoemioya. Beauty Diaries is your one-stop shop for anyone in the beauty industry. This is a platform where you can showcase your products, services, events, and anything related to the beauty industry. And of course, you know that in the beauty industry, we have a lot of other sub-industries in there. So are you in the beauty industry, hospitality business, destination business, the beauty industry, fashion, you sell shoes, bags, makeup? This is your one-stop plug. So make sure you engage us in all that you do, especially when it comes to wellness, healthy living, and lifestyle. Today's edition is a prelude to Valentine's Day, which is next week Sunday. So we'll be talking about self-love. Some of us will be going on social media this week and next week. Social media will be agog with a lot of activities as it relates to Valentine's Day. Now, it is a time to show love, not only to your partner, your spouse, but to your children, your mother, people that you think may, be down, a lot of other things involved with self-love and showing love. Talking about self-love, you are responsible for who you are and what you are. If you're waiting for someone to come and take you out of it, to come and help you, you may have to wait for a long time. So whatever you are doing, you are responsible. My guest today is a movie producer, an author, a writer, and a content creator. Her name is Joy Idoko. She's authored a book titled Fill My Cup, where she has shared her experience in regards to self-love. Do stay tuned, we'll be meeting her shortly.
Beauty Diaries.
You're welcome back from the break. So my guest, like I introduced you earlier, is Joy Idoko, a movie producer, author, writer, content creator. Joy, welcome. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Okay.
My pleasure.
So, in getting to know you, content creator, writer, author, Fill My Cup, how did it all start? Briefly, because we have a lot to
Okay, so one word, passion.
Okay.
When I was really young, really young, when we're going back to my childhood days,
Yes.
like 8, I noticed that I had a flair for writing. I would always write, sit up in my room and write. I had a flair for the creative, long and short. I used to sing. I still sing. Play the keyboard, write, I'll write songs, I'll write poems,
Wow.
I'll write articles. In fact, I wrote my first article for my mom's magazine when I was 8 years old. She had a magazine she was doing then, and I wrote my first article when I was 8. I didn't even remember. She actually mentioned it when she was giving a speech at my first book unveiling. And, as I, started growing up and everything, I still kept on, being passionate about writing. I knew I wanted to make movies one day. I knew I wanted to write books. But I didn't come round to it until, a couple of years back. And I started living my dream. Apparently, writing, content creating is my calling, is my life's assignment.
Interesting. I read your book and I know that you're the right person to call in regards to the title of today's topic, self-love.
Yeah.
What is self-love to you?
Well, self-love, simply put, is about self-care. It's about you looking out for yourself and taking care of yourself all round, wholly, emotionally, physically, financially, mentally, psychologically, all round. Everywhere you know that you're lacking and you need to improve on yourself. Self-love is different things to different people.
Yes.
There are people who are perfect in one area of their life, but they need to love themselves a little more and work on other parts of their lives. And you have to do that for you to be able to show love to other people. Some people are even good at showing every other person love apart from themselves. So it's about learning to give yourself a little bit of that love that you give to others, because you can't give what you don't have. So whatever you're giving that you think you have, but you're not giving to yourself, then you don't have it. Then it's not love.
I decided to talk about this particular topic because next week is Valentine.
Oh yeah.
And social media is more or less our life now. A lot of things will be going on, even before now. A lot of people, you know, will go out of their way to celebrate Valentine.
Yeah.
But we know that Valentine is not for lovers only. So you and I, him and she, you know,
yes.
mother, father, anyone, everyone. It's
colleagues.
just a day set aside to celebrate love. But we know there will be some extras. And I just think when I talk about beauty on the show, it's also time to talk about inner beauty, because I always end the show with remain beautiful inside and out. So when we talk about self-love, we can't help but talk about platonic and romantic relationships. So it is important for us to talk about how to love yourself, how to grow, upbringing, fear, and people's opinion about you shouldn't be a problem. So I think people need to learn about a lot of things in regards to knowing that some things they do in life should not affect them and bring them down. Complex, mistakes, people's opinion about them. We live in a society where people just say, oh, what will they say if I do this? What will they say if I do that? And in my intro earlier, I said, look, your life is your life. It's up to you to make it what it is, forget the past and move on. And in avoiding, trying not to dwell, or for me now, saying everything in its entirety, you have a story, you have experiences about all of this, and I would like you to really share your story, and then from there we'll take out all of the nitty-gritties, learning how to love yourself. We'll do that after this break. Do stay tuned.
Beauty Diaries.
I always encourage my therapists to also have a consultation. Ask the person, what are the expectations, what are your skin type, what kind of products do you react to, what you don't react to, what works best for you. So once we ask all of these questions, and we've also had clients who come in, oh, I want to have what my friend had. She had the Royal Hammam, so I want to have that. But that might not necessarily work for you. So once you come in and, you know, a therapist or whatever spa you've gone to, you know, they ask you all these questions. The therapist will always recommend what is best for you so that you get results once you're done. So what necessarily works for A might not work for B.
Beauty Diaries.
You're welcome back. Now, Joyce, the ball is in your court now.
Okay. Okay, so first of all, you mentioned something about childhood. Yes, most times unloving yourself starts from your childhood days, how you were brought up and parenting. And most times it's not because you have bad parents.
True.
It's just because you have to understand that even your parents, they have their own upbringing, and everyone is a product of where he or she is coming from. The good thing about it is that we are in an age where people are beginning to become more enlightened and more awakened to the issues that they are dealing with. In those days, people used religion to deal with issues. They used all sorts of other things to cover up their problems. People are not ashamed to speak up or to face their issues or their problems head on. So we're beginning to understand some of the patterns that we have, and then trying to break out of those patterns to be better. So most times when you grow up with parents who are overtly strict, expect so much of you, and they believe more in being strict and maintaining out discipline rather than showing so much love, you find your children grow up with a lot of self-esteem issues. Or if you have parents who keep comparing you to other children, oh, can't you see this person's children? Can't you see that person's children? You grow up seeking people's validation or comparing yourself to people all the time, which are some of the elements of self-rejection, which is the flip side of self-love.
Yes.
And I grew up, with very low self-esteem, and it made me always want people's approval or validation from people. And one of the major things it did to me was I went into wrong relationships. And you see, the truth is, it's a vicious circle until you find out your problem and break out of it. So you keep dating the wrong people, the wrong guy, but with different faces.
Or woman.
Or wrong woman with different faces. So it goes both ways.
Yes.
And it just keeps going on until you find out that this is what the problem is. In fact, a lot of people are in this kind of mess and they don't even know right now. They have no idea. Some are married, happily in quote. Some are single. some are divorced, you know, they could be in, you know, at any stage in their lives right now. But the issue is unloving themselves, but they don't know that that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Because they haven't been exposed to the reality of it. My breaking point came with a relationship that I was in. Number one, I had no business getting into that relationship, but for the fact that I had unloved myself to a point where I had seen myself so little that I had to date someone who was not even, you know, I didn't have any business being in that relationship. Yeah, now this is not to talk down on another human,
True.
but you know, we all know where we are in life, and we know what is expected of.
What you know, or what
you should be doing at that point in your life. So that's about it, not about talking down, you know, the next person.
Because they say the people you relate with helps you to grow.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, when
if you flock with the birds
yes,
and not your type, you
and apart from that, you find yourself in a circle where everybody is looking up to you to go forward, when you should be in circles where you are motivated to move up. Then I mean, you're in the wrong room. If you're the one everybody is looking up to in a room, you're in the wrong room. So I went into a relationship that I had no business going to. Every other person could see it around me that, Joy, what are you doing here? But in fact, they all became my enemies, because it was like they were not interested in my well-being.
Wow.
Because I really did not know, you know, I probably was internalizing my issues over the years, and I didn't know when I got to that point, I had hit rock bottom emotionally.
How were you able to, you know, we were saying that earlier, how were you able to
say,
this is my hard time, what have I been doing?
Exactly.
Getting out of it. How were you able to pull out?
So when I started writing my first book, you know, you're writing, and for me, my writing is always also my schooling experience. So I'm growing, it's my growth process.
Okay.
And then at that point, you know, I had already, you know, gotten to a stage of, I was so depressed. I knew that, you know, you're so unhappy, you're miserable. You know that this is not where you're meant to be. You say you're in a relationship, but you're so miserable every single day, day in, day out, you know. My friend, it was my birthday, and she said, you know what, let me invite you to my church. So I was going to a different church then. And then the first day I walked into church and sat down, it was like the pastor was talking to me, because he was doing this self-love series. For some reason, I got hooked. It was every day I went to church, it was like he was talking to me. So apparently God was answering my prayer that I prayed that, Lord, I need a way out of this relationship. Because the truth is, a lot of people know they're in wrong relationships, but they can't get out because of the bond. One, you formed a bond, a soul tie with this person. Two, the fear of the unknown. You don't know what will happen if you walk out of this relationship. Three, some people are afraid of being lonely. People don't want to be alone. They want to always be with someone. But you know, you need to get to a point where you understand that you can be alone. You need to understand the point. You need to get to a point where you are okay with your own company before you even start
loving yourself.
Before you even start, you know, sharing your company with other people. You have to be okay with being by yourself, so you're not dependent on other people's.
Yes, I understand.
You're on other people's company. You're not because it's the dependency that makes you clingy, that makes you want to hang on to people even when you shouldn't, because you're not okay with being with yourself. And it happens with coming out of a relationship, and the next thing you are finding a rebound. You understand? You're not even waiting to deal with what happened. Why didn't this relationship work? What do I need to work on? Is it me? Is it the person? What did I do wrong? What did I do to attract this person? Because we attract who we are. You didn't detox. The next thing you're jumping, you are looking for somebody else to ease that pain. So you're just covering it, and so you keep repeating the same mistake, attracting. So going into, starting this new walk with God, and also writing, now was like my therapy session. Because in my book, Fill Your Cup, in my acknowledgement, I actually said it that it was a life coaching session with my pastor every Sunday and every Tuesday, because I'll go to church and I'll sit down. I didn't know him personally, but I just wanted to listen because he was talking to me. And I had a writer's block. Then I was writing Fill Your Cup. But going and listening and, beginning to take that bold step to walk out of that relationship helped me. I got the book done. I noticed that in helping myself, I was helping other, people. And I was able to move on from there. And I didn't rush into another relationship. I decided to sit down and ask myself, Joy, how do you attract these people? What is it about you?
That's another thing.
Yes, what is it? Yes, you attract because of who. So I needed to find that part of myself that was unloving. and begin to work on it to be able to get myself to a point where I attract the right person. A lot of people don't have that patience because society, the pressure from society is a lot. Like you said, social media, parents, friends, your friends are getting married. You are seeing wedding photo shoots on social media. You're seeing pregnancy shoots on social media. People are putting up a post about how perfect their relationships are, how wonderful their lives are.
Yes.
But people don't tell you the stuff they go through. Social media is a place where everybody wants to be happy.
It's a happy place.
So it's a happy place. But trust me, everybody is going through
wants to go and tell you
their problems on social
People
media.
will say, what's wrong with you?
Nobody is even attracted to tragedy. People, except for some blogs, but nobody's attracted to.
Yeah, for bloggers.
For blogs.
Bad stories.
Exactly, bad stories is news for them, you know. But nobody's attracted to a sad person. Everybody wants to be happy. So everybody wants to paint this perfect
But
picture.
that's the problem, and that's why some people commit suicide.
Exactly, it leads
Because
to
they don't
depression
have
and then
anyone to
suicide.
talk to.
Exactly.
So I think there should be a change in that area.
Well, the thing is, first of all, people need to unmask themselves. Be real.
Work on yourself first.
Work on yourself.
Okay.
Be true to yourself.
Yeah. I believe this is a point where we would come back to highlight ways to love yourself and, you know, work on yourself. We'll take this break now. We'll be back shortly. Do stay tuned.
Beauty Diaries.
See some shades pointed. Do they have names?
Yeah, they have names.
Okay, so what are the different?
Like the pointed one you mentioned, the name for it is stiletto. I think these nails are actually named. These shapes are actually named according to what they look like. Like the ballerina shape. I think that one is because of that ballerina heel shoe. And some people
and then it goes.
it's clean by the sides, and some people still describe it as coffin shape. Then
Coffin.
Coffin shape.
No, on my hand.
But if you check, it's coffin shape actually. Then
Now that you said it. Oh my goodness.
and you can have ballerina in your head. It's fine. You're still referring to the same thing. And on the other hand, we have other shapes like square, scoval, we have oval,
Yes.
almond, and so on.
Okay, almond. Interesting.
Beauty Diaries.
You're welcome back. Now we're getting ready for Valentine's Day next week, Sunday. And of course, we'll all be here on Sunday to bring you a lovely episode. And there are lots of promos going on. I just watch out. Visit my social media page, especially on Instagram. We have some tips on some areas or some businesses that are giving out promos. I'm sure you want that. And, go grab it. Now, we're still talking about self-love. And right now, Joy, we're going to talk about Valentine's Day. Of course, we were doing that earlier, but let's streamline it now to what to expect on Valentine's Day. I don't have a vow. But what do I do? What do I buy? Who do I love?
First of all, you are even your own self's vow because you must love yourself. Then everyone out there is your vow. You just need to pick who you want to vow. It's a day to show love.
And your mindset as well.
Exactly.
You need to work on your mindset.
You need to work on your mindset. You know, the problem is because you're looking at how other people are spending Valentine. That is why you feel miserable. If you're not competing with others, you don't feel miserable. The source of that misery is wanting your life to be like the next person's own. But your life is different. Your Valentine can be amazing if only you won't want it to be like the next person's own.
True.
You can help that stranger on the road. That woman that is selling banana and taking care of 4 children, that you know that whatever income she's making a day can't help. And you put 3K in an envelope and say, oh, happy vows day. Even the joy she feels that she expresses is enough to make your vows day. You can do it for your nephew, your nieces, your kids, your father, your mother, your siblings.
Not necessarily a husband.
You can even go to the hospital. You can go to the hospital.
True.
A lot of people are
Yeah.
needing love in the hospital. You go to the orphanage. You know, there's so many people you can show love to. Your colleagues, your domestic staff.
You know, those days we used to just run, put some things in a basket and take it around the office.
Yes.
And tell everybody pick and then pick your bag. Even in church, hey, bring a gift. Anyone you see, just give it
Exactly.
to them. Share love,
But
show
now
love.
people are streamlining it to be about
For
just
some people, yes.
relationship and,
Yeah, for some people.
it's okay to have a Valentine that is not your boyfriend or your husband or your wife or your girlfriend.
How about gifts?
Well, I believe that whatever you can do, that you're not putting yourself under pressure or trying to show off or trying to impress anyone, is fine. If you
Because
can
that's another area.
Yes, if you can afford a whole estate or a whole island.
I would love that.
Oh, exactly. And it's okay, you're doing it from a place of love, and it's something you can afford, then that's fine. If it's just a rose flower you can afford, if it's just boxers, because there are these yabby women on social media that don't give boxers, if it's just boxers, please. It could even be cupcakes, it could be a book,
Anything.
it could be anything. Maybe
yes.
things that the person is passionate about. For me, I always like looking at what someone is passionate about. If I feel you love makeup, I'll get you, something that you would like. If you love books, I'll get you a book to read. If you love to write, I can get you a journal or something. If you like to cook, I could get you an apron. Or it could be anything. If you like football, get you a jersey or something sporty,
In all of this, what we're saying is self-love, love yourself. Don't go above, don't go way,
don't try to
way
impress
out
anybody.
Of your purse, your wallet. We know what it is now. So there are lots of Valentine's Day promo on Instagram, on Facebook, on social media generally. So for my page, if you visit my page, you'll see a lot there. Dennis & Wills is doing 70% off from the 6th to the 13th. Beauty Secret Spa, for couples only. You have a lot of discounts if you visit Beauty Secret Spa. You have Nails by Nail It. Couples as well, if you take some friends there, you get a discount. Debbie Loster, she's been a guest on this program. She's giving out some makeup items. I think she wants to give out some lip liners. But you have to win that on my program and be a regular viewer and follower on my social media pages. Of course, we're spreading the word. It is about love this season. So we'll have other series of love editions on the program. Now, let's talk about what to do in regards to self-love, how to, overcome all of this as we round off.
Okay.
What's your take?
Like I mentioned earlier, when I came out of that relationship, I had to first of all admit to myself what I was responsible for, because it's easier to blame the other person about everything. But until you take responsibility for your part in all that has happened, you can't begin your journey to loving yourself. So first of all, you must take 100% responsibility for the situation you find yourself in. Why? Because you didn't set boundaries. It's important to set boundaries. Know when to say no. When you're doing things for people, make sure it's from a place of kindness and not people pleasing. Because there's a thin line between people pleasing and kindness. Kindness is when I do something for you and I'm not expecting anything in return, no expectations. I don't even expect you to treat me the same way, because I would understand that we all have different love languages. How you will show me your love or care or friendship is different from how I will show mine. So if I do things for you without expectations, that's kindness. But when I do things for you, expecting something in return, when you don't act the way I expect, or you don't relate to me the way I expect, I become upset or I take it out on you, that's people pleasing,
Yes.
And then you take a look at yourself physically. What is it about me that makes me feel the way I feel inside, that is making me unlove myself? Is it that I don't like the way I look? Is it that I don't like the way I dress? Is it that I don't like my size?
Problem.
Yes. So then you take steps to make things better. The most one thing is taking steps first. You have to take steps. You must take action to change what it is about you that is creating that ripple effect that's making you feel the way you feel on the inside. For instance, some people might feel that, I'm my weight, I'm too big. So maybe that's why people don't love me. And people might not believe, because people only look at you the way you see yourself. So once you start feeling that way, that's the energy you're sending out. So that's what people are seeing. So people that naturally might have loved you for the way you look, now begin to also see the flaw you are seeing, because that's what you're seeing. And when you see people, you're already conscious that this is what they're saying about me. So what do? Get into a gym, change your diet. If that's going to make you, if that's the only way you can, yes, make you happy, not for the next person, but for yourself. If that's going to increase your self-confidence, it's going to help you build your self-confidence.
Exactly.
If you need to take a course, improve your educational qualification, or improve your skill, do it.
Thank you so much, Joy.
Thank you for having me.
I wish we had more time, but I'm sure from the observations or from the messages we get on the social media platform, we'll be able to have more dialogue, communication on self-love on the program.
Thank you so much.
Online. Follow us on our various social media platforms. It's right there on the screen. Follow Joy on 100% Joy on Instagram. You'll find her there. Or Joy Idoko. Search Joy Idoko. Thank you so much once again. I can't help but say thank you.
Thank you.
So we're sharing love, we're sending out love, we're showing love. And so from Beauty Diaries, we'll be also showing love to you. But first, I need you to do a video. Tell me what's your take on self-love. If the video is good, I'll show it on Valentine's Day on the show. So I need you to send it from Sunday to Wednesday. That's the closing date. Joy will be sharing of love by giving us some of her books to give to you as well. Debbie Loster is giving us some makeup products. If you love the program, you want to give out some things to viewers, you still have time because you're watching the program today, okay? So share the love, show some love to everybody, everyone around you. I hope you enjoyed today's edition on self-love, internal beauty. Like I would always tell you, remain beautiful inside and out. I am Namure Edemioya. See you same time next week. Bye for now.